I was at a time at the Blaze after the 2016 election when I was the only person in that building that was a Trump supporter, and President Trump just won the election. And I felt just validated, and I felt just on top of the world. And things were great. And then I was getting invited to go on and do Bill Maher.
When you see us all going nuts, you love it.
I mean, a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
I comfort myself with that beautiful map on November 8th.
Because you can't use the popular vote.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. So luckily, that's not what our elections are based on, Jason.
I was getting invited to go do the Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
I mean, the Lion's Den, Trevor.
I'm not a lion at all. Is that like an African thing? No. Welcome to the show.
Like, those are big things for somebody like me.
What was one of the most fun moments for you, like of all those types of shows and things that you were able to do?
They're all fun to me. I enjoy them all. I was really excited to go on The View. I was really excited to mix it up with those ladies. I had watched The View my whole life, really. I mean, I was 9 years old when we'd have a snow day. I'd be home watching The View.
Really?
So those things are, like, they mean a lot to me when I get to go on and do those things. It's like, that was really cool. And that was a moment where I was so excited to be on. I was really nervous it was going to go the way of The Daily Show, to where it was going to be, even though I had a good experience
like a me
in The Daily
versus
Show.
you type of
Yeah,
thing.
but even then, like, Trevor and I had a good rapport after that.
Do you believe that Donald Trump will follow through on his promises?
I will be a vocal opponent if he doesn't. I am not somebody that gets on the cheerleading bandwagon. If he does something I disagree with, I will discuss it. I did before I was a Trump supporter. I was critical of Trump. I was a Marco Rubio girl for a long time. And then I started to see that was going to be our nominee. And I said, it's him or Hillary. A lot of Americans were in that position.
Yeah.
And then I got closer to the campaign and I started seeing some of the things he was saying. And I started seeing the effect he was having on people and the things that he was saying that was touching people and making them
He was
feel like
touching people.
Yeah, he was.
He really was.
Hillary could use some of that every now and then, right? Bill's a little busy.
I appreciate you being on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
You know, I don't have any bad feelings against Trevor, and the way that the public reacted, there was a huge target on my back, and that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed my time on there. But I felt like I was portrayed in a way that maybe wasn't necessarily very authentic and genuine. It was very much like to make a mockery of me. And so I thought maybe that The View was going to turn out the same way. So walking off set that day after going on The View, I felt really good about it. In fact, I was like, wow, like, I really got to be authentically me. I feel like I really got to get out all the things I wanted to get out. I felt very, very good about it. And then, whew, you know, the walls close in. And that's one of those things. That's why I'm always very careful now. I never get a big head. I always keep myself grounded. I like to think I've always kept myself very grounded, but after going through what I went through with that experience, it's like,
Can you talk a little bit more specific?
Sure. Well, I mean, I went on The View. I mean, anybody who knows my story kind of knows this. I write about it in detail in my book. But I went on The View. I expressed an opinion I had expressed many times before, that I am pro-choice because I believe in limited government. Not because I'm pro-abortion, not because I'm not pro-life, but because I believe in limited government. I don't believe that that's the government's place.
No, I'm pro-choice, and here's why. I am a constitutional, someone that loves the Constitution. I am someone that's for limited government, and so I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and say I'm for limited government, but I think that the government should decide what women do with their bodies. I can sit here and say that as a Republican, and I can say, you know what, I'm for limited government, so stay out of my guns, and you can stay out of my body as well. So I think it's...
You need to go out and speak to women about that.
I speak to a couple of women. I do every day. And, I get a lot of attacks from conservative women as well. Yeah. I think it's equal hate from all sides for me.
I expressed that view, what I thought was very clearly, what I thought was just very authentic to my voice and myself, not something I'm ever going to apologize for. To this day, I will not.
Yeah.
And I got fired for it.
Yeah.
And then I was faced with a big decision. Was
it more like a backlash type of a fire? Like, I got to do something here. I can't just let you do it. Or it was like I very much disagree with that. You're gone.
It was, I very much disagree with it, but it was, I write about it in detail in my book. To me, it was much more an ego thing. It was, you are getting too big for the network. You are surpassing the network's owner and creator. And what are we going to do to knock you down a peg?
Gotcha.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
We'll turn conservatives against you. Because it's not working for the world to be against you.
Right.
But if we can turn the conservative community against you,
right, you have no place to go.
Then yes.
Right.
So that's what I very much think motivated the firing. But I had a choice. And I write about it in detail in my book because a lot of...
And real quick, too, what's the name of the book?
Never play dead.
Never play
Which
dead.
is really my mantra.
Go pick it up right now. I always tell everybody who listens to my show, if we mention a book, you have to go pick it up right now, because if you wait, you won't do it. So go pick it up right now and support Tomi.
Yeah, I detail a lot of the other things that nobody ever really knew, because I never really talked about it. Yeah, the very nitty gritty and the behind the scenes stuff there. But what happened with that was, a lot of women face this, and I'm not a feminist by any stretch of the imagination. Am I a feminist? But I will say a lot of women professionally, they might not get fired for going on The View and saying they're pro-choice, but you might be in a professional place where you have a choice whether you're going to fight something or whether you're going to shut up. That might be in a relationship as well. And not just women, but everyone. I feel like women struggle with the confidence sometimes more so than men do. But really for anybody, I had a choice. I can either accept that I'm going to get paid and have to shut up for 6 months and just go into a dark hole. Or I can say, something's wrong here. I got fired for stating a political opinion, and I'm a political commentator. Yeah. Something's wrong here. I'm going to fight this. And I chose to fight it because I knew it was wrong. And I was not going to lay down and play dead.
Yeah. Did they come up to you and give you an opportunity to say, like, all right, we'll let you come back if you apologize, or was it very much like clean cut?
I never even went back to the building. I have not been back to the building since. I was never even allowed to go near the building after my firing. Yep. I got back from New York. I went to go do my show Monday morning, as I normally do. Was going to address it fully because I had already heard everybody talking about it. So I was going to fully address it. I was going to say, this is what I mean. If I offended anybody, that wasn't my intention. Let me explain to you what I really meant if you guys took it the wrong way. I never got the opportunity to do that show that day because about an hour before I was supposed to go in, they called me and said, don't come, your show's canceled.